Hello, this is Solomon Davis from Right Side Trading, where you can learn to trade on the right side with confidence. Today is April 28th, 2018, and this is my weekly trade review, where I review a NASDAQ NQ future trade and a QQQ option trade. This is all for educational purposes only. Trading is risky. You can and you will lose money at trading. So please seek out a qualified financial advisor, your significant other, and see if trading is something actually suitable for you. What I look at here is really a 5-minute candle. If that 5-minute candle is red, I trade down. If that 5-minute candle is green, I trade up. I have a set of rules that I actually use when I'm actually doing this trade to help create, a higher probability of this trade actually being successful. So I'll be posting. That's what we're all about: training, coaching, and all. I'll be posting this video out here on my YouTube page, Right Side Trader. You have any questions or anything, you can contact me, Solomon, at rightsideTrading.com. Let me get started like I normally do. Like I say, this is my weekly trade review. This is April 28th, 2018. This is going to be for the week of April 23rd through April 27th. Like I say, visit us at rightsideTrading.com. Subscribe on there. You get other information and stuff that we do. You can email if you want to contact me and get more information about what I do and how I do it. My email is solomon@rightsideTrading.com. Okay, last week it's been no different than the last couple of months here. We should be right in tune with what's going on in this market right now. Like I say, I look at the 9:30 open, that first 5-minute candle. This is a trade for that opening where they say you should stay away. And if that candle is red though, I look to sell. If that candle is green, I look to buy. I look to make 5 points or more on that trade. I look to lose 5 points or less on that trade. This is the part where it all comes up to you and how you trade this thing, where those numbers actually do fluctuate. But I'm trying to show you, like I say, this is all for education. To show you what happens out there on that market opening. There is something there, but you have to be really good. You have to be really quick, and it's no time for confirmation and a lot of other things. You just have to learn to play your indicators and play what you have trained yourself to see. In this market here, things have changed here in the last few months. We're getting these big candles. They're not as big as they were, a couple of last month. They're right around 10 points now. They're back close to normal, but we still got some volatility in the market. If you look at VXX, you can still see those numbers are still probably above 40, which is pretty high compared to where it was the last 6, 7, 8 years. So the market has changed. So, but all week we still had this greater than 10, and the trade really should have been can be based off of your next best play. But let's go ahead and bring up the charts and take a quick look at the charts, and I'll show you a few things that I've kind of been noticing here. My red down, green up has still been working. That's one thing. The other thing, let's take a quick look at the market, the bigger picture, what's going on. First of all, I'm saying we still just going sideways. We're going up and down, up and down, up and down, and all. But last week we made this right here, this bearish. I call it this really was a bearish engulfing, and we did confirm, and we went down from here. We came down into an area where I had identified based off of our previous low, the way I like doing it. And this is my areas where I was looking for the market. If the market come back in here, I expect a bounce. My other line was way down here. If we did end up breaking these areas, but we did coming down into this area, and we did make a bounce. So, but a lot of this was based on, we had earnings plays this week that had this market gapping up and moving up, as you can see over here on QQQ, these gaps ups and moves ups that we had. But also, and over here in this market here, the other bearish signal that we saw from last week was that evening star, that I think you call it. It's the evening star, and we did get confirmation to the downside. And then here at this level here, we did get a doji, a reversal candle, and we got confirmation that it all really was based on again, earnings that was actually being reported. It gave good pops in the market. And we do have earnings again next week, so I do expect see a little something next week and see how that goes. But in order for this market to get away, saying it's bullish, we needed to break these tops right here, break these tops, and then eventually come back up here and maybe close some of these gaps and stuff that we have in the market here on QQQ, and then eventually actually really breaking these tops up here before I'm saying this market is out of this bearish market. Are we in a bearish market? We're definitely in a market that's definitely not bullish. It's kind of going, some people can say it's consolidating, it's in a range or whatever. It's just the way I trade the market. I trade it day by day. Trade what's in front of me, and that's what I'm looking at. Okay. But now let's go ahead and look at our daily trades. That's what we do here, is review a daily QQQ trade in Qtrade. So let's go jump on into that, and let me see if we can let me see if I can show you something I'm seeing. If you saw my rules, let me go back to that right quick. My rules: green up on the first 5 minute candle. Green up, try to play it up. Red down, try to play it down. 10 points on that first candle, it's a no trade, because all we're trying to make is 10 points. So we got to be very careful. Okay, is that market going to move another 10 points or another 5 points in order to make the money in the direction based on where the candle went? Doji, again, is no trade, indecision in the market. So you got to look at something else. Your indicators, market candle patterns. Doji is a no trade. Indecision in the market, you got to look at something else. Below pivot, I look for it to stay below pivot. Above pivot, I look for it to stay above pivot. Resistance levels is like your tops. I look for it to drop. Support levels is your bottom. I look for it to go up. Trend, we look for the trade the trend. The trend is, like they always say, the trend is your friend. So you try to trade with the trend. And the trend in this market here lately has been down. So you're looking to you should be at that point. We should be at that point. I'm at that point. Confidence now, trading these things just down. That's where the trade is at. And then also look at multiple time frames to make sure, the higher the time frame, the stronger, the commitment, a conviction of that trade actually going in the direction that you're actually looking at. Okay, now the other thing that I want to look at, get here, on the pivot, stay on the pivot. This should be all pretty much the same. And looking where I like trading QQQ or future market, on the pivot, stay on the pivot, down. On the pivot, stay on the pivot, down. This one right here, it started out on the pivot, but then it gave you this candle here where I'm looking at this candle here. First of all, this looks like a doji almost to me. This candle looks like a doji almost. This one looked like a doji with a lot, this wick here, a lot of buying pressure. So again, you're not going to take that trade to the downside. If you do take that trade to the downside, your stop is here. Your stop is at these levels here. And if you're going to take it to the downside. And then if you finally see a buying pressure, and this thing is not going down, and if you want to take this thing long, now your stop is here. And you take this to the upside. So that was that on that particular day. And I'm kind of going over it a little faster, but we're going to still go back to each day and take a look at them to make sure we don't miss anything. And then here on Friday, of course, on the pivot, and what I'm trying to get to is this on the pivot down, the way that one rule actually helps you out a lot. And this came down to this line, which was that previous day high. And that was closed. That was kind of like closing the gap. If you're looking at a bigger picture. But let's go back all the way back over to Monday. So this was greater than 10, and the way I look at greater than 10, again, I'm looking from wick to wick. Is that greater than 10? 6690 to over 6700, that's greater than 10, but it's red and it's underneath pivot. It looks like also like we might be at a resistance level. So this market did end up going down for 10 points or more. So next day, next day. And again here, we were at, we had red candle again. You look from wick to wick 74. All we got to be is 84. So again, greater than 10. And this market was already trending down. Trend is your friend, so you look to trade that thing down next day. And it went down 10 points or more easily. That's what we're seeing in this market right now. And that's why it's a whole lot easier seem like trading this in the future market than it is with options. Options, they're inflated plus all the earning stuff that's going on. It's better to have a different. It's not the best. The best thing is not maybe to buy options, but buying options still can work if you know what you're doing and know how to go about selecting your options and being a little bit patient and let some of that volatility come out of them. And that's why I wait for that first 5-minute candle to settle down and complete. That gives it enough, give it some time, maybe sometimes not even enough time for volatility to come out of those options. And if volatility is still coming in, that can help you when you're buying. But if the volatility is coming out of that, that can hurt you and you still be getting movement in direction. You can still end up not making money on your trade. So all according to what you were trading. But again, on the pivot, stays on the pivot, red down, greater than 10. If you look at that's 12 here, 25, that's greater than 10. Down, down. Next day. Next day, again, this one was kind of doji. This is the one that kind of danced around here, and I'll give you the buying pressure, and the market actually ended up going back up on you. It was that right dancing around at pivot, and then they give you a nice push to the upside on the only day this week that actually worked. And the red candle down didn't work. So next day. And this is Friday. Friday was after I think it was Amazon earnings where the market actually gapped up. Well, not the market didn't gap up. Amazon was up over 150 points from previous day and all. And then QQQ, which is Amazon is part of QQQ, ended up going back down, and you can see it over here coming back down to previous day close. Previous day high that's actually a closing the gap type thing. So that was that play to the downside, red down. Although again, this was greater than 10. Definitely greater than 10. That's Thursday, 29.30 to 60 points on that one candle. So that's a lot of times you can actually even scalp. I've shown in the past where you can actually scalp this first candle, but why scalp the one candle when you got you're going under pivot place. So from pivot 45 down to 80, over 40 points. You're going over 40 points down to 75, over 40 points on the downside in the future market. Okay, 40 times 20. $800 just to put some money to that for you guys. So that was it. That was pretty much it. What we saw last week. Let's go back over here to my slides. Again, it was all greater than 10, but there was nice plays, even with the red candle down, green candle up. It was red candle down all week, except even the one day where it wasn't red candle down, it gave you enough of a signal, enough of an indication that it wasn't going down with that buying pressure coming into the market and actually reverse back up on you. If you're interested in, I should be doing a webinar coming up in May sometime. Sign up on our website to get the details and the date of that when it's coming out. And you can learn more about what I'm doing and what I have to offer. It's coaching and sessions for day trading and all. And I do look at other markets. I do look at the ES, the SPY, also look at the Dow, also look at the Russell, and you're looking at the same thing. You're looking at support and resistance. I'm looking at support and resistance. I'm looking at candle patterns. And if you're trading options, you got to go see how do you go about selecting the options and which one of these things you trade options on and what options do you trade. And then I actually try to get into some practicing. If you'd like to learn more about what I'm doing and about this webinar that I'm going to be doing next month, contact me at solomon@rightside-trading.com or info@rightside-trading.com. Other than that, that's pretty much it. This has just been my weekly trade review. Today is April 28th. This is for the week of April 23rd through April 27th. Again, visit us at rightside-trading.com. If you have any questions, any comments, email me, solomon@rightside-trading.com. And again, thank you for viewing. I'll be posting this out here on my YouTube page. This is our web page, rightside-trading.com. Again, thanks for viewing. And continue, if you really want to get into this thing, come visit us where you can learn to trade on the right side with confidence. Have a great weekend. Have a great week next week trading. Talk to you guys later. Bye.